Hi, Flosstube! If we haven't met yet, my name is Daleen, and this is my channel where I talk about cross stitch and a little bit of sewing and some quilting and a teeny bit of crochet and my grandbabies and food. I always talk about food and, of course, what I'm grateful for. So thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Today is November 22nd. It's a Friday, and this is my video number 24. I know, I can't believe it. Oh, I have treats. Okay, I have no-bake cookies. They're gluten-free and dairy-free and blah, blah, blah. They're delicious. And I don't have coffee today. I have hot, dreamy, creamy, luscious hot cocoa. Oh, it's so good. It's by the Vegan 8 and it is dairy free and you use maple syrup to sweeten it and it is so good. So good. And again, I can't bring it in my sewing room because I might spill it on this. So we can go out there and sit at the dining room table and drink our hot cocoa and have some cookies. But okay, this is my 1-year Flosstube anniversary, and I really thought, when I did the first video, I thought, oh, well, after like 5 or 6 videos, I'll be able to drink coffee and relax and chat with everyone. No, it hasn't happened. I cannot drink coffee or hot cocoa in this room. I don't want to spill on anything, so anyway, come on over. We'll have some cookies and hot cocoa. Oh, you're going to love it. It's so good. Okay, her secret is light coconut milk because then when you make it, it doesn't taste like coconut. It tastes just like regular hot chocolate. So it's the perfect time. Okay, so I said this was my 1-year anniversary. I can't really believe that it's been a year. That's kind of crazy. So I went back and looked at that first video, and first of all, I apologize. I'm sure you're all car sick, as I was. It was out of focus, and it was a little bit dark, and so I thought, ooh, we'll redo a few of the things that were in that first video and kind of update a little bit and not make anybody sick, hopefully. So first of all, let's start with that quilt behind me. That's called a rabbit's paw, and I machine pieced it and hand quilted it. I'm more comfortable hand quilting. That's my favorite way to do it. And the way that I got those blocks. Okay, I belong to this group. It was from the Stitching Post. They sent you you paid for a year subscription, and each month they sent you a pattern and then a little piece of the fabric for that month. And then you made the block and then you sent it back to the store. And you put your address label on the back of it. And then they hung them up in their store. And at the end of the month, they would pick, I think, 24. I think it was 24. In piles. And then they would just draw one and then send that whole 24 blocks. Sometimes they would have 200 or 300 blocks. And they would send 24 to, each winner. I happened to win one time. So I was so excited, and I got to put together that quilt. So one of the things was stretched me. This is not either green nor gold, and I could not find anything to match. So I went totally opposite color wheel and used a purple. My youngest son, he did the math for the triangles around the edge so it would all fit. So that's a good thing. And anyway, so I got all the blocks, stacked them up at my house, started to lay them all out, and they give you directions on exactly how to do it, how to piece it, where to put the dark fabric. They tell you what colors to use. And one of them was wrong. And I was so frustrated. And I was like, I don't even want to put that in my quilt. It's going to ruin it. The quilt looks so great. And I didn't want to do that. And so I'm like trying to fit it all in and make a really nice layout, and then I flipped that one block over and it had my name on it. So apparently I didn't do as good a job as I thought I did, and mine was wrong. So I thought, I'm not going to put it in the quilt. Just forget it happened. Just move on. And then I decided I would put it right in the middle. This is a queen size quilt, and that block is smack dab in the middle to kind of remind me to be less judgmental, a little more kind, a little more humble. So anyway, It's a beautiful quilt. I quilted a little rabbit in the bottom to remind us that it's called Rabbit's Paw, and it hangs here in my sewing room, my beautiful sewing room. I'm covered with prayer flags and grace and goodness, and there's a big, huge orange Goody Goody Gumdrops quilt on another wall. I can see the window. When I first moved in here, I put a big branch, a wooden branch from outdoors, and then I hung all this dried lavender and all these ribbons, and then above it I stenciled the word "So Grateful." And that's where the name of this channel came from. I am so grateful to have this beautiful sewing room, and I appreciate it. So anyway, I thought we could maybe celebrate today. You know, don't you want to celebrate? I kind of want to celebrate. Mr. Wright brought me all these balloons to celebrate 1 year anniversary of doing Flosstube. I never dreamed that I would do 1 year of Flosstube, so that's kind of fun. So I thought, all right, I'll add the balloons for my. He brought them to me. Isn't that funny? That number one. I got a number one balloon. I never had one of those. Like funny. Some say, "You're special. You rock." Makes you feel cool. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. I'm super happy. So thank you so much for following along. I have, okay, my secret wish was 24 followers. I thought, okay, I could do 24 Valentines. I could make 24 new friends. That was the whole purpose of this, was to make new friends. I now have 2,247 friends. So I don't really know how that's going to go for Valentine's Day. So anyway, I'll try to figure that out. So, I'm pretty excited. Actually, Bubba Watson, he is a professional golfer, and back in 2012, he said, "Even in my dreams, I never got this far." That's kind of how I feel. I totally feel like, I've dreamed for 24, and it kind of exploded in a good way. So, okay, you came for some stitching. Oh, let me do some housekeeping first, and then we'll get into some show and tell. Okay, number one, the color of my wall in the last video, that is called Amazing Gray, and it is from Sherwin-Williams. I stitch in hand. That was another question. Yes, I have pierced ears, but they're pierced really, really low, and I have 3 or 4 really gorgeous pair of little pierced earrings, but normally I wear clip-on earrings, so there you go. There's today's earring. I think it was the earrings that I wore in the first video. That was I was trying to do that. Yes, I rebound 6 days a week. I have a rebounder. It helps my lymphatic system move. No, our lymphatic system doesn't move if we don't move it. So, tries to keep me healthy. Okay. Here's one thing I can tell you. I have not been sick for 6 years and 10 months until last week. And I got a cold. And you can kind of still hear it. I can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it. I was disappointed and sad, and I deliberately work on my immune system every single day. And so to tell you the truth, I wasn't happy that I got sick, and it was not fun, and I didn't stitch for 3 or 4 days, and I didn't do much of anything. So I'm feeling better now, so that's a good thing. That's a good thing. No, I don't eat most of the treats that I bake. The neighbors, Mr. Wright's chess club, Mr. Wright takes some to work. No, I don't eat most of the treats that I bake. Let's see. I have one request. Okay. Pardon me. We have a fellow subscriber, a fellow person that watches Flosstube. Her name is Kailyn, and she's just so great. She leaves wonderful comments. She needs our help. Okay, we need to send good wishes, good karma, prayers. She is from Washington State. She's a wonderful gal, and unfortunately, her mom passed away. And then Kailyn hurt her back and couldn't go to the funeral in Jamaica. So her heart is kind of broken. So do you think we could all surround her with a virtual hug and send all kinds of good wishes and white light and good karma and good prayers? Please, please. We want her back to feel better. We want her heart to feel a little better. I think she said that they're planning on having another funeral or a celebration of life, maybe next year, so that she could go and celebrate her mom's life. So anyway, please, 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 thank you, thank you, thank you. I know this is a great community, and I know she'll feel all of our good wishes. So we need to help Kailyn out a little bit. So, mwah, Kailyn, I'm sending you a big old hug through the magic of the interwebs. So that's for sure. Okay, let's do the drawing from last week. Okay, I had 134 comments, so thank you so much. My question was, what kind of magnifying lens do you use, or light? Because I was hoping to ask Santa for a new one. And I almost got 134 different suggestions. So I wrote them all down, and I'm going to go through each one, and I'm going to figure it out. I promise I'll tell you. Okay, so what I was giving away was this pattern from Homespun Elegance, Mary Noel, Avery's Cycling Santa. And I also got some of the floss. It's from Weeks Dye Works, and it's called Brick. There you go. It's a really beautiful red. I don't have the piece to show you because it's still packed away in my Christmas decorations, but when I do, I'll bring it and show you the next time, I promise. Okay, so 134, and the person that won's name is Sylvia Jorgensen. So congratulations, Sylvia. Thanks so much for watching and leaving your comments. I really appreciate it. You made me giggle, so I promise I'll pop this in the mail to you today. After this video, I'm going to go to the post office, so I have a couple things to mail. So that'll be good. That'll be good. Congratulations. And speaking of drawings, a little later in the video, I promise I'll have another drawing for to celebrate my 1-year Flosstube anniversary. I guess that's how you say it. I'm not quite sure, but okay. Let's talk about some previous finishes. On my very first video, I showed this sampler. I made it in 1995. Whoops. Oh gosh, a year later and I'm still not good at this. How's that? Is that all right? Okay, when I first showed this video, or showed this on my video, I had no idea the name of it because I had already passed along the pattern. And because of Flosstube, you all helped me out and explained it to me. This is called The Word of the Lord Sampler by Sally Ann Designs. And there's a little there's a little bunny right there that she puts in most of her designs. So this was the very first piece that I showed on Flosstube. So I thought instead of making you car sick, I would try to hold it still so you could see it. It's one of my very favorites. One of my favorites. We used to homeschool our kids, so that one I can remember sitting while people were doing their homework and reading or writing, and I would be stitching at the kitchen table for hours and hours and hours. The next one is my coffee bean sampler. I showed this in the first video. And this is the one that I shared on Stitch Mania, and it has gotten the most comments, the most questions. Everybody was a little flustered with me. This is by Heartstring Samplery, Breath Twist. It's called Coffee Quaker, and I put it in the shadow box with real coffee beans in the bottom. Yep, those are real coffee beans. Everybody was frustrated and mad and said, "Oh my gosh, you're going to ruin your piece. It's going to the gases from the coffee beans are going to ruin the stitching and the fabric, and it's just for fun. It wasn't an heirloom. I got it, the pattern and the fabric and threads, I got as a birthday present from Mr. Wright. I thought it would be so fun to do, and then I found this shadow box that was the perfect size. And then I couldn't help but put those coffee beans in there. I did put a little teeny piece of plastic behind there, so most of the coffee beans aren't touching the fabric. And every time I see it, I still giggle, I still laugh, I still love it. So there you go. There's my Coffee Quaker. That was one that I showed in the first video. I did finish this in 2018. I still love it. I don't think I'm going to live old enough to have the fabric deteriorate. But anyway. Okay, and one of the pieces I was working on at the time, it was my work in progress. It was called, again, by Beth Twist, Heartstring Samplery. It was the coffee sampler. Coffee saves lives. And I worked on this. I wasn't even halfway through. And now I can show you that it's totally completed and framed. And, and I did a really neat thing with this. Okay, so on the back of this, I put my tag from Lindy Stitches of what the name of the fabric and the pattern. And then I also had a picture taken of me holding this finished cross-stitch piece. I'm not a fan of having my picture taken, but I thought that might be kind of neat if somebody finds this 100 years from now and they find a picture of the person who stitched it. So I even still had my apron on from something I was doing in the kitchen. So yeah, I think it's a great idea. You know, put a picture of yourself just once in a while. You don't have to do it on every one, but how fun. When someone finds this in the Goodwill someday, they're going to know who stitched it. There you go. Okay, I got to get way better at the non-glare thing. I don't know how to get better. There, no. Okay, how's that? Is that pretty good? That's pretty good. So I finished this in 2019. Okay. And one other piece that I showed in that first video, it was just a piece of fabric. It wasn't, I had finished it, but I hadn't done anything else. So this is now pinned and laced and ready to take to a framer and have a frame done. It is And a Forest Grew by Karen Kluba. I know that my friend Erin from Two Martini Stitcher and a few other, Jen from the Bluegrass Stitchers, I think they're all starting a stitch along on Arbor Day. I believe that's in April. And they're all going to stitch And a Forest Grew. So, okay, so it is all pinned. Can you see? There you go. All of it's pinned, and then I've laced the whole piece. Oh, and you know what? Also, in my pieces behind there, I write my name, my full name, the date, the state, and so if somebody ever takes this apart, once it's all framed, then my name is on there. I do have my initials and the date that I finished it, but that way there's a teensy bit more information, a clue if somebody finds it, again, in the Goodwill, and they want to know who stitched it. So, and this piece, I used a different version of the verse. Lindy Stitches, she's the lady that recharted that, and she recharted this small piece down here. Behold, I am making all things new. Every time I look at this piece, I see something different that I love. It was a pleasure to stitch. You can't even get the whole thing in the... Can you see this? Anyway, it was a really, really wonderful stitch, and I am so glad that I did it. But I am going to have it framed, and I'm ready to do that. So yay! That makes me really happy that it's all done, and I wish all those stitchers good luck when they start theirs. They're gonna really enjoy it. Even if you just do 1 or 2 trees a night, it makes you feel like you accomplished something, and it's such a beautiful piece when it's done. So that is a wonderful thing. Okay, so let's talk about... Oh, I have a couple of Flosstube gals I want to talk about. Becca, Somberry Stitches. She does a great job. She has these really neat rag swags and wreaths, and you got to go see her channel. She's new. She has 4 or 5 videos, and she makes you smile. She's a Washington State Flosstuber, so that's kind of fun. But I do love those torn rag swags and things. I'm kind of thinking I might want to do one. So anyway, she shows you all about it, and I think you'll enjoy her. Anna, Stitch Roadies. She's a Washington State quilter, or no, I think she's an Oregon State quilter. And I think you'll enjoy her channel. She always makes me giggle and laugh. And this last video she had on a bike helmet, which I've been kind of eyeing on for sale, and I thought, ooh, I wonder what it looks like in person. So she wears it through the whole video, so you get to kind of see how it looks. So that's kind of funny. And one other suggestion is my friend Valerie from Stitching in the Barn. She is from Pennsylvania, and I tell you, she did a brilliant interview with Teresa Baird, and lots of beautiful pictures of her, some of her finished work, some of her collections of needle books, scissor fobs. They all match. Oh, I think it was an hour and a half video. I started stitching, but I put it down. I could not take my eyes off it. It was such an excellent interview. Oh, I highly recommend it. You'll enjoy your time if you go there. Okay, I have some works in progress. Okay, I'm working on the Noel Sampler by Brenda Gervais. And I bought the conversion from Country Sampler. I'll link them below. And the fabric is called Tin Roof. So it's not this creamy whitish beige ecru, mother of pearl. I don't know what that color is. It's not that color. It is a greenish tinge to it, and it's a darker color. So I am using their conversion. I put this on Instagram to show how my progress, and look what I did. I put that date, 2019. The race is on. I need to have it finished by the end at the end of the month. So it's been a joy. That house, those bricks, oh, it's been so fun to stitch that. That color is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So I'm almost halfway. I'm about halfway done. So I can get down there to those reindeer, which I really want to stitch. So this is a beautiful piece. It's really fun. It's really fun to see some of the threads when you're up close. You can see the colors. They kind of blend in with the fabric. But oh, they did a beautiful job with the fabric, the threads, the conversion. So oh, I highly recommend it. I love this tin roof. It's just beautiful. 32 count, and I'm stitching 1/2 threads, and I'm just enjoying every single stitch. I kind of don't want to stitch anything else. It's just so beautiful. Brenda Gervais did a beautiful job. I love how big that house is. It's so substantial, and a little wreath on the door, and ooh, we have one window that has a light on. Got to finish 4 more. So anyway, that has been so nice to stitch, and I stitched a little bit on that Savior's Praise. Pardon me, but I did not. Not enough to really show off. So maybe next time I'll show that one. Okay, in the middle of all this holiday preparedness, crocheting, making gifts, sewing presents, I don't know why I did this. I had to stop. I got this book when I was at Acorns and Thread, and I really love Blackbird Design. I love so many of the pieces in here. I just thought, you know what? I'm going to give it a try. I want to try several of these pieces. This one's called Mon Petit Exemplaire. My small stitching sample example. It doesn't translate exactly, but my small sampler, maybe we could call it that. Oop, let's see. How can I do this? There you go. You make it into a little sewing bag after you stitch the piece. So I had to start. And this fabric is a little rough. It's kind of, it's not smooth and silky. I kind of forget what this fabric is. Legacy by Picture This Plus. So it's a little tough to get your needle through, but it is red. It is beautiful. I thought it would be a really fun thing to have and keep some goodies inside. And so I really, really like it. And I think it's one of the cross-stitch rules. You're supposed to have a red sampler going. So this was kind of a fun diversion from, oh, I need to wrap presents. It gets to be a little crazy this time of year, so it is nice to have something to kind of fall back on and relax and enjoy. Let's see. Oh, I have a couple things. One thing I totally forgot because I put it out for display, and I think I forgot to show all of you. Okay, it is this really beautiful scissor fob. Look at it. It comes with a little... My friend Audrey from Stitchy Witch 42, she made this for me. I don't really remember if I even showed this before. If I didn't, I'm showing it again. I don't care. It's so beautiful. Look at the back. She did such a great job. And the cording she made out of a friendship bracelet. She weaves a friendship bracelet and then she makes that as the cording. And she did such a beautiful job. I just loved it so much. I had it out on display all month long with some harvest things and things I'm grateful for, and you know, I'm grateful for new friends, that's for sure. She just did such a lovely job. But I thought if I forgot to show you last time, I wanted to share because ooh, you should go check out her channel. She's working on this huge full coverage piece, which just kind of knocks your socks off, I'm telling you. Speaking of gifts, I got this really pretty card. And she was just thanking me for making Flosstube videos. Wasn't that nice? Her name is Shelly. I didn't ask her permission. I'm sorry. I just got so excited. Look, I got a bag of tea. All these different kinds of teas. That was thoughtful. I got this soap. I'm trying to hold it up to make it look like it's really heavy. It's not. It's empty. It smells so good, I had to use it. I kept the box really nice, but oh, it's frankincense and myrrh. It smells amazing. I love this soap. I love this soap. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait for a video. I had to use it. And she gave me she went to the Shepherd's Bush in Utah, and she said she thought of me. Okay, so she saw this. It's called a Grateful Heart Bag. And it's a little cross stitch at the top, and then it's stitched onto this bag. So once it's done, you have a little finished piece to keep your little scissors or orts or candy or whatever you want in it. And she said it reminded her of me. Isn't that nice? It's so generous. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. My goodness. I never dreamed I'd make so many neat friends, and oh my gosh. It kind of takes your breath away when people do such nice, lovely things, and it just catches you out of the blue. I was feeling sad and grumpy and pity party because I had a cold, and I hadn't had a cold for so long, and my streak was broken, and I was just feeling really grumpy, and you know, leggings and an old sweatshirt, and my hair all tied up, and no makeup, and it wasn't pretty. And then I got that in the mail. It cheered me right up. I couldn't believe it. It was so thoughtful. Okay, one of the things, after I did the last video, I went to Acorns and Thread and got to meet up with some of the gals. It was so fun to see everybody, and I bought a goodie for myself. I know. I bought, picture this plus linen in 32 count gingerbread. Oh, that's showing up pretty nice. Look at how beautiful that is. It's such a, and it has kind of a rosy gingerbread color to it, which I really love. I bought this pattern. It's called by Heartstring Sampler. This must be the Beth Twist. I love you, Beth Twist show. Okay, Heartstring Sampler by Beth Twist. It says, everyone you meet is fighting a battle you can't see. Be kind always. Okay, so I fell in love with the pattern. I love the fabric. I'd never used that before. So I decided I was going to buy that. Okay, so I got it all together. I bought it. I put it back at my seat. I was so happy. It was such a good little goodie. And then this lady walked in. I was at the back of the store and I could see the front door, and her hair was all curly, and she had on boots and jeans, and she had a great smile, and my heart started racing. sort of like when I was 12 and I watched the Partridge Family and I fell in love with David Cassidy. It was the same. I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I'm all excited. Is that Beth Twist walking in the store right this moment? And it was. It was. Oh my gosh. And I don't know what happened to me. I got all brave and my pen wouldn't work. I got a pen and my pen wouldn't work. And I asked the lady next to me and I said, could I please borrow your pen? And she said yes. And so I took my pattern. I don't know what happened. I took my pattern. I walked right up to Beth Twist and I said, hello, my name is Daleen. Could you please sign my pattern? I couldn't think of anything else to say. I couldn't say I was hot, I was sweaty, I was excited, I was like falling in love with her like David Cassidy, like I don't know, like that Tiger Beat magazine, like I'd won a free interview with Beth Twist, and then I couldn't say anything. I said, I love everything about you and all your designs, and I couldn't remember what she did. I couldn't remember anything, and she was just as gracious and kind and gentle and sweet as you think she is. And yes, she signed my pattern, and she made me feel all better, and I just said thank you, and I turned around and walked away, and she stayed. She stayed with the group. She talked. She's a normal person. She's happy. She's kind. She's funny. I don't know why I did that. I'm happy that she signed it, because I would be regretful. If I went home, I'd be like, oh, why didn't I have her sign that? But I don't know why I lost my... I don't know what happened to me. I was just so darned excited and happy, and deep breath. And then I told Mr. Wright about it, and he said, well, isn't she just a normal person? I said, I think she's normal, but she's really special. And then I got to meet her. It's like, okay. Anyway, that was a really good thing. That was a good thing. Let's have a drawing. You want to have a drawing to celebrate 1 year Flosstube anniversary? Okay. I made a little pouch with the little lace zipper that you all love so much. You asked me about them. Oh, and I put this little charm on it. Let's see. How can you see that charm? It's a little thread bobbin with thread on it. Isn't that sweet? I just love this. I love this fabric. Okay, so I used a little black zipper and then I lined it with this really snazzy black fabric with swirls all around it. Want to know what's inside? Okay, let's see. It's a drawing. It's a drawing. Ooh, I have some threads. Everybody wants to have some fun threads. Beautiful colors. Look at those beautiful colors. Ooh, there's a magnet. It says, choose gratitude. I love that magnet. I love that color. I love everything about it. What else is in here? Let's see. Oh, this says, I will donate $25 to the Salvation Army in your name. That's a pretty cool thing. I want to be grateful. I love the Salvation Army. Oh, wait. There's one more thing in here. Ooh. I'm going to give away a $25 gift certificate to my local, 170 miles away, Acorns and Thread. My local needlework shop is in Portland, Oregon, and I'm giving away a $25 gift certificate to spend however you want. Thread or fabric or pattern or whatever. It's up to you. So there's no question. It's just me saying thank you. You just need to leave a comment. Thank you for being my friend. Thank you so much for everybody that I've met this year and all the positive comments and uplifting words of encouragement. And gosh, I'm the luckiest girl in the world to meet so many new friends, and it's really helped out. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So I wanted to have a drawing to celebrate 1 year on YouTube. I can't really believe I still don't have music. I still don't know how to insert pictures, and somehow y'all still love me. So that's pretty nice. So yes, I'm giving away a fun little pouch. It's so cute. It's adorable. I love that fabric. Isn't that cute? It made me smile when I saw it. And I love those little lace zippers. Oh, those are so easy and good. Easy to put together. Okay, what am I grateful for? My first video, I said I was grateful for my grands, and I am. I have 4 little grandchildren. Oh, they're so smart. 3 of them are excellent readers. Hunter's only 1 year old, so he might be an excellent reader. I'm pretty sure he will be. And they're smart, they're kind. Their parents are raising them to have such good manners. They're fun to be around. They're silly. We had to write down some Thanksgiving jokes to send to them, so that was fun. I'm grateful for that. I am grateful for my rebounder. I rebounded about 15 minutes before I did this video, and keeps my lymphatic system going. I love that thing. I do that 6 days a week. I am grateful. I am very grateful. I'm grateful for library books. It's like my test run before I actually buy the book, so that's kind of cool. Oh, this is what I talked about in my first video. Look, I am grateful for this little piece of fabric with 3 safety pins on it. It just sewed 2 pieces of fabric together. I tried to use a bright color. Do you want to know why I love this and why I'm grateful? You can make one too. You don't need to sew something. You could pin it on a handkerchief or an old kitchen towel or whatever. So these 3 safety pins, you toss it in the dryer and you leave it in the dryer. And it takes away the static electricity. You know that snap that you get? Our clothes don't have anything to conduct electricity. This does. So this takes away the static, and then when you put on a shirt or a sweatshirt and it snaps you, oh, doesn't happen. Here's my tip for you today. Put 3 safety pins. North Pole, South Pole, we all know how all that works. You are going to be grateful for this tip, I'm telling you. No more static electricity. That's a good thing. I am grateful that one time, it was right before Christmas, and it was, I think, the beginning of the month, and I was driving the van. That's what good homeschooling moms did, apparently. I was driving the van. Both kids were in the car. We drove up into a grocery store parking lot, and you could hear that bell, the bell ringer. And one of my kids rolled his eyes. Ugh, the bell ringers again. I started the car back up. I put it in reverse. I thought we were going to the grocery store. We will in a minute. We went to the bank. I drove to the bank and I had them go in with me. And I asked for 24 $1 bills. And magically they gave them to me. 24 $1 bills. Yep, they sure did. And I got back in the car with the kids and we drove back to the grocery store and I put them in the glove box. And I knew right then that we had to turn this whole attitude around. So I said, every single time you hear the bell ring before Christmas from the Salvation Army, we are going to donate $1. One of you, whoever hears it first, gets to put the $1 in. And from that whole entire season, they kept listening and listening and listening, and we got rid of all $24. And every year since then, we put $24 in our glove box. And every time we hear a bell ringer, we put our $1 in. And it's a happy thing. I'm not fumbling in my purse or my pockets or trying to find something or, oh, I'll get you on the way out and try to get extra change. And no. If you're able, put a few dollars in your glove box and have your grandchildren help you listen for the bell ringer, or your kids or yourself, and try to get rid of the $24 before Christmas. It's a good thing. It's a really good thing. So I am most grateful for all of you for being my friends. I really appreciate it. I'm so lucky to have met so many new people. And I hope maybe I'll get to do it for another year. I hope that I'll get to meet more friends. I don't know how the Valentine thing is going to go. That's going to have to work itself out. I don't really know how I'm going to do 2,000 Valentines. But anyway, don't forget, we have a drawing this time. It's to say thank you to all of you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I am truly grateful. I'm really appreciative. I can't say enough good things about all of you. I've had great comments. Every one of them has been great. So I'm going to finish. I'm going to go have some more hot cocoa. It's so creamy and dreamy. You're going to love it. So thanks a lot. Thanks for celebrating with me. It's a good way, a good thing to do on a Friday. So happy stitching, everybody. We'll chat soon. Bye-bye.